Hello. Back with part two. I have printed the collage pages out twice. This particular paper is a matte photo paper. It's not Epson, which I usually use. I had a promotion box from Jessop's, so it's Jessop's photo paper. So I'm going to try and make three things. We might not get through all of them. I do have my sewing machine here, but obviously I won't film the sewing machine. It's extremely difficult at the moment to just film with the desk. I'm trying not to jog it too much. Okay, so should we start with something easy? So the first thing I want to do is, somebody said envelopes in the group, so I'm gonna do an envelope, and I think I'm going to use the plainer of the two collages for this. I've got my ink. Just need to decide whether I'm doing this envelope. I think I'm going to do the darker envelope. So I'm going to ink around here. I am going to try and be a bit more focused in this video. A little bit better than I was earlier. Okay, now let's see how usable this drawer is. I'm going to grab my tear ruler. This is linked in my, my thing, my website. If anyone is interested, because every time I use it, I still get asked about it. So these are quite popular, these rulers. Okay, this is a fairly thick paper, so it's not tearing easily. Plus, obviously, it has a coating on it, being a photo paper. So let me, let's tear about here. This is going to be very, very simple. I want some of that green. I do want some of that green on. I kind of wish I'd scanned that before I tore it up. I'm not even sure if I have the other half of the book still, or the other, because obviously this was taken from the back or the front, and there will be more of it, so I'll have a little look and see. Right, I'm going to ink this. I'm also very conscious that I am back to using my glass mat, and my bangle does annoy a few people, so I'm trying to be really careful. Right, which way do I want it? I think I'm going to have it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch a line around here. Okay, so I will be 2 seconds. Okay, so I've just done a couple of runs around there with my sewing machine. It's just a straight stitch. I'm going to stick this. This is the longest I think I've ever had a bottle of Fabri-Tac without opening it, because I think this came towards the end of November. So it's been hanging around a while. Now I have that label that I didn't use earlier. What else do I have? Oh, squeaky chair. I think it's new chair time. Okay. Right, got a little plan, I think. And I'm going to glue that. I'm not going to use the Fabri-Tac for that. It's like, this is perfectly okay for paper. pop that there. Okay, now, sorry, squeaky chair. It's like in the early days when I very first started, it was just on my dining table. And then I kind of progressed to the alcove on a little desk in one of the alcoves in the room. And then I got this space. Because I've got so much stuff here to film, I'm going to have to use these, the ones that I've got here. Oh, well, there you go. Look. It's a good job it doesn't really matter which way up it goes, doesn't it? Because now it's going that way up. I'm supposed to go that way up. And now it's going that way up. I think I'm going to use everything that I make with this. I'm going to use in the journal for the giveaway. Oh, that's the wrong size hole. Oh, I had to rethread my machine and wind a bobbin. And I'd almost forgotten how to do it. Because it's been so long since I've used my sewing machine. It doesn't take a lot when you get to my age to forget how to do things. Including using this. Okay, so it's obviously a little bit restrictive on that envelope, but not massively. So I'm gonna thread this through. Now it's going to kind of hang. Maybe I want to make that a bit smaller because I'm actually thinking I'm going to stick this to the envelope rather than Okay, let me just have a little think. Right. Okay. Oh, everything's okay. I got what I think I'm going to do is attach I want to attach this oops. Let's just tie it on because it's too long anyway, as it is. I want to make it ridiculously short. And then I did though, didn't I? I did make it ridiculously short. Okay, let's go back to threading this through. This is because, you know, I haven't made any kind of prototype. This is just, I really wanted to craft and I really wanted to use those collage pages we made. So I'm going to pull that through. Now if I glue this down, it's just a tiny tag that I've tea dyed. I'm gonna flip that, pop that about there, and then that will just hang. Right, I'm going to put that aside and let that dry before I fiddle about with it and see whether that's going to hold. Okay, so next I'm going to make a tag. then I'm going to use the patterned paper. Feels a little bit claustrophobic working now. Okay, so I've got my tag. What do I want on it? I think I'm going to get the most out of this section here. So I'm going to grab, just to make it even more crowded, I'm going to bring in my paper cutter. Slice off there. And I'm going to trim this bottom edge. Okay. Now, I think the best thing to do is probably cut these corners first. Right. I'm going to have to make myself a new corner. So I'm going to do that. This will be quite a big tag. That up on the back, I think. I did the little Photoshop bits to clean up that page. I haven't yet put it on the Facebook group, but I will be putting that up very soon. Obviously not for a few minutes because I'm still filming. So I didn't think that through, did I? Now I actually like that quite a lot as it is. It's quite plain, but it's cool. Right, now I think I'm going to try. Let's see if I can find a sticker. Again, it's a little bit difficult to get at things now. No, not convinced about those. No. Quite like that. But what I'm going to do is just flip it over, make sure I get the bits I want onto the tag, and then I'm just going to trim here. I can trim again afterwards, but and these stickers were gifted to me by lovely Wendy and Leo. So thank you for these, Wendy. And because it's not an actual collage under here, these thinner stickers actually work really well. If you've got an actual collage underneath, sometimes you can see the little creases in whatever you add, but when you're using a flat collage, you don't have that problem. Let me just grab one of my boxes if I can reach them now. Okay, right, so maybe a little phrase. That's not a rose though, so that's probably not going to work. Maybe a specimen, one of the specimen labels. I don't know. Doesn't need much actually, because there is quite a lot going on the collage itself. I think that will be doing as I think. So this just shows that with three items you can make a collage tag if you're using some kind of, I think I'm going to put it that side, with some kind of collage background. So I hope, I think what I'm going to do as well is probably sew round this tag. So let me just sew round this and I'll be back. Okay, so I've sewn round this, not particularly successfully. Because of the desk move, it's the first time I've used my sewing machine for something long, and my sewing machine ends here and then there's a drawer unit here. So basically what was happening is this was hitting the drawer and kind of moving. It didn't want to go round particularly well, but I've done it. Now I would probably pop a hole in this and put some kind of tie through it. So let me just pop a hole in there. So that's the tag. Let's just take a look at how the envelope is going. Oh, I actually really like that with the string hanging and the little label. Just tuck that through and that's glued down, so it kind of looks like it's hanging even though it's not. So that's not going to go anywhere. Fab. Right, that's the tag. Lastly, I wanted to make some kind of foldery thingy bob. So this is just a piece of file folder and it's a bit bent and it's in my kind of junk box, if you like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, how low to cut that? I'm just going to ad-lib that, cut that there, so you can see I've got a bit of a gap here. Now, because I couldn't use anything, I loaned my paper cut, what's it called? Scoreboard to my mother. And haven't asked for it back as yet. So this is such a look at the state of that and the price of chips. I'm trying to find something better to score with because obviously she's got me little scory thing too. Got anything in here? Oh, that's a bit better. It's not a great deal better. Now what I'm going to do, some genius last time recommended this to me and I thought it was a fantastic idea, so I'm going to see if it works. Yeah, kind of a little bit heavy-handed there, but there we go. I need this. I'll need this. What I'm also going to do is I want a nice big. Do I want that cut? I've messed that up slightly. Maybe I'll round it. I've managed to keep 2 of my most used punches in my drawer. I have space for 2. The rest of them have had to be rehoused, so I'll have to start planning in advance. Right, I'm just gonna burnish that down. We'll see how quickly we can do this. So actually, there we go. See, let's bring this back. I'm going to use the patterned piece. That's probably going to be about the right width, so I'm going to chop the top and the sides off. I'm sorry if I can't get this completely in frame. And I'm going to chop that edge off too. Now, how big do I want this piece? I want a piece that's 4 centimetres. I'm just going to leave a little gap. Oh, there we go. Let's see if that will fit on there nicely. Yep, like that. And then I need a piece that is, let's go just short of 10 centimetres. 2 millimetres I'm going to come down for that. And then the front panel, 9 centimetres. I think, yeah, I want to use that piece. That edge is a little bit more interesting for our front panel. So that was really bad cutting. Really bad cutting. That's my Suffolk accent coming through then. Really bad cutting. Right, did I say 9, didn't I? Okay, now I can get rid of that. So I've got my 3 pieces. I'm going to do a bit of inking. I'll speed the inking up so you don't have to watch. So I've just quickly inked those as well, as you saw. Now I'm going to glue the flap section down first. Just try and slide some junk out of the way. Let's give this a little... Oh. Just trying to... Oh. Right, let's give this some glue. So this will be the back. I'll have it that way. Oh blimey, I forgot how much the glue gets to your chest. Okay, and then this will be the right way up, and I think we'll have, I don't know, what I'm going to do is to decide, I'm going to fold that over. Yeah, I'm going to have it that way. think the lovely Jessica Harris suggested I tried Tina's 3 in 30. So I didn't want to say I'm doing 3 in 30. Maybe once I've sped a bit up here and there, I might have made 3 in 30. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm at 29 minutes. It's not going to happen. That's why I'm glad I didn't say I was going to do it in advance. I will do it. I will have a go, I think. I don't seem to be able to do one thing in 30 minutes very often. So, okay. So, we've got our little... And that actually looks pretty cool. It looks like a lot of work's gone into that, but really it's just one flat piece of paper. So, I have dug out this. And in this drawer here, I have another piece of this kind of cardy stuff. Okay. Do this by eye. So this one. Oh, let's give this a try. Where is the thingy one? Here it is. Not brilliant, not brilliant. Not brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, but let's stick an eyelet in there anyway. Oh, temporarily forgot how to use. Oh, and I didn't ink. I didn't ink me circly disc thing. Oh well. Whoops. Oh dear. Now the cat's playing with the... Anyway, let me find some string for this. It's like Avalanche City. They're happening all over the place. Right. My other half's now on the floor trying to pick them up really quietly. When we had the carpet, no one would have noticed. But now we've got a laminate floor. I couldn't really hide that, could I? Okay. Now, let me think. It's just you forget how to do basic things when you haven't done them for a while. Does it go that way? Yeah, it goes that way. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to do a wrap out. I don't know what I'll do because I didn't really cut that long enough to do wrap really. Okay, I can't get to my big bite at the minute to put a hole further down here. That's the issue. So what I'll do is I'll use that and I'll use this, and I have absolutely no idea where my little brads are, but let me have a look. No, these are huge. I can cut the backs. I can cut the backs. It'll be okay. I'm just gonna put... So as for being more organised, so I can do this. It's not really going to plan again, is it? Now the other thing is I need to do I have to pick up one of these. I'll have one of those. Thank you. Okay, now. I don't even know if these, oh, they do. Right, so this is Wendy's trick, and it's brilliant, I must say. I'm going to pop the eyelet on and squeeze it. So now you've got a, oh, that was a bit pants, isn't it? You've got a spent eyelet. So, oh, I can ink this one. I haven't forgotten to ink this one just yet. Okay, so I'm going to pop that through the disc. Now, I probably should have doubled these up. Pop that through there, and then pop that through here. Now, this is much too long. So I'm going to cut that with my messy scissors because I do all sorts with those. Open this rather large brad. Now, what I will do is obviously cover the inside, but I think I'm going to sew it anyway. So, let's get rid of that random piece of cotton. That's the start of a little pouch. Just going to cut that a little bit shorter. So, I've made a pouch of some description with the paper. We have a tag, and we have the envelope. So that's my 3 in 35 minutes. That's the new challenge. It's now 3 in 35 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you find the freebie useful in my Facebook group. Thanks again for watching and putting up with me. I will see you all again soon. Take care.